All right, and welcome to the first Monday edition for the year 2025 of Locker Room on Voice of the People TV. I am Jerry Apelio High, your go-to host for all things football. It's a new year, and we've got some explosive football news to dive into. And today, we'll be discussing results of games played over the weekend, and we've got all the highlights from around the football world. And joining me today is James and Maiwa, who are bringing their expert insights and hot takes on all the action. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a thrilling episode packed with breaking news, hot topics, and unmissable football updates. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you never get to miss an exciting episode of the Locker Room. And the guys are celebrating. Anyway, it is what it is. When you get a draw from where you least expect it, when you're expecting is still super, you get draw super. At least it's still fair. James, great to have you on Locker
A very good evening to you, Jerry, and also to our viewers. A good evening. Another beautiful Monday to talk football, and we had a very interesting weekend. Saw a lot of actions, and a lot of teams are beginning to show if they are serious about winning the title this season, or if they are just playing around. Teams like Arsenal and Chelsea, they continue to draw points at crucial moments. This is January; they have to wake up.
This is to be a spectacular song for you, Jerry. Ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ rẹ, ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ rẹ, Jerry Ibayeye wa ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ rẹ. Finally, we were able to hold our own yesterday. It was interesting that even close to stealing the game, away from Liverpool. But in any case, I still do not believe in that particular team. There's still a long way to go. Arsenal and Chelsea, they are showing their inconsistency and they know they can't win anything. But in any case, it's a new year and it's always an amazing Monday to talk football. Thank you for having me, Jerry.
I expected James to join you in the singing, right? It sounded weird, but it is what happens when you have a side that lost consistently for the whole of December, and starting the new year with a loss would have been a bad omen for a club side that is already down there as far as that one is concerned. But let's talk about Nigerian football. We'll get to that segment because it's the hottest part of Locker Room that we're going to be dealing with today. Let's start with the Nigerian Football Federation, where we hear that they're set to pick a new coach for the senior national team of Nigeria from a three-man shortlist drawn up by the technical committee. Nigeria navigated the AFCON qualifiers with the interim coach, Austin Egovon, handling them through a successful campaign, but is now expected to return back to his role as the technical director of the NFF. Ahead of the start of the World Cup qualifiers, the NFF has stepped up preparations for the appointment of a new coach who is expected to be appointed before the end of this month to enable him prepare for the World Cup qualifier game against Rwanda in March. And we can exclusively report that former coach of Mali, Eric Chell, who became famous for having water poured on his head during his team's AFCON defeat to host Ivory Coast in the quarterfinal, and presently the coach of Algerian side, MC Oran, Chell, we gathered, is in a three-man short list, which also includes a German and a Portuguese coach whose identity were not revealed to us at the time of this report. And all three coaches have all handled teams on the African continent.
We said this in the past. We already established the fact that the World Cup qualification is not even in the hands of any coach they are bringing. If they get the best of the best, we still have to depend on the teams ahead of us to drop points and hope that we can get all maximum victory. The team was good enough, the support was there. But the position that Nigeria is, the Super Eagles are in the group, is not a position that you want to boost up and want to take over the job. Now, what are they telling us that Eric Chell, what has Eric Chell done in his career as a coach? Managed, play for the national team of Mali, and now he's their coach. And they think that man will come and take us to the World Cup. If it's not a waste of money, please, what is it?
And he currently has a job with an Oran side. But let's talk about Maiwa. Taking a look at it, I was going to look at it this way. I think everything that starts with N looks do things together. Let's not forget the NNPC was telling us the referee was going to start. The point they stopped giving us information. They just came out one day and said, oh, this is your refinery that started. So maybe that's the style the NFF is borrowing.
Is the refinery working? Abia, I don't know.
Maybe the coach will come and we don't know whether the coach is working. But we just hear that the coach is available. What do you think about it?
As far as I'm concerned, they have named a Wikipedia coach, want to use Nigeria to build Wikipedia coach, and 2 nameless coach, as far as I'm concerned, and 2 unknowns. That's the only thing. We only know Eric Chell. And the thing is this, what is the CV of Eric Chell? How will you give Nigeria an Eric Chell? And if you are even going for Eric Chell, why did it take you 12 months to decide on giving us a Wikipedia coach? As far as I'm concerned, Eric Chell want to use Nigeria to build his CV. He doesn't have the pedigree to handle our national team. That's number one. Number two, the position we are in right now, why do we want to waste money? Eric Chell, as far as I'm concerned, Eric Chell and Eguavon, I don't see the difference between their two. So why do we want to go and waste money? Is it because it's a local foreign coach? That's the reason why we want to hire him, because he's from Mali and he coached Mali for 21 games. See, the thing is this, I think the NFF it's a misplaced priority for me. If you ask me, it's a misplaced priority. There is no need wasting money in hiring a coach that is not even a grade A coach, a coach that should, a coach that is in the league of the likes of Ogumodede, Finidi George, and just as our national team coach, just because he's from Mali. That's number one. Number two, he doesn't have enough experience to be able to navigate us out of the group we are in. Number three, the work of qualification, the ticket, is not in our hands, it's in the hands of 4 other teams. So why in heaven's sake does the NFF wants to waste money? As far as I'm concerned, let's stick to the local coach that we have. Whether you want to go for an Eguavon or maybe a Siasia, or whether another, a local coach from the league, let the coach take us where they will take us to. I don't think what Excel will do will be different from what, appointing a local coach will do. As far as I'm concerned, this does not make any sense. NFF just wants to waste money for the sake of wasting money. The appointment of a foreign coach right now, it does not serve any purpose, and that's just the honest truth.
But the way it looks like, we have to make do with what the NFF decision is. Now it looks like it's already done and dusted. The coach has been, they've agreed already, according to Ahmad's opinion, the former NFF president, that a foreign coach has been selected. So it's going to be out of these 3. I'm talking about the Portuguese, a German, and Eric Chell. But taking a look at a German coach against a Portuguese coach or Eric Chell, who would you feel would do a better job, at least have a bigger chance of qualifying the team to the World Cup?
Are you people sure the Portuguese coach they are talking about is not okay? Let me not say.
Maybe it's Conceição.
The question is this.
Okay.
No, the question is this. We don't even know the coach until we know the quality of the coach. That's when we can start comparing and contrasting. At the moment, as far as I'm concerned, we only have one coach. When they start doing this, their nameless team, we already know where it comes from. And number two, you said something about done and dusted, signed contract, and just what they told us about Lambadia, that they've already signed contract, that is coming. It's already on its way. They even put his picture on our team list. Bruno Lambadia did not come until I see whether it's Eric Chell or whoever it is that they want to appoint. Until I see the person, even when the person do media pally, I will not still believe it until I see him on the touchline giving instruction, and I'm seeing that yes, this person is actually the person they told us they have signed. That's when I will believe. At the moment, as far as I'm concerned, NFF has not hired the coach. They can be rambling all they want. As far as I'm concerned, Eguavon is the coach of Nigeria. Until I see the person on the touchline, that's when I believe, because they've done this over and over again, raising our hopes and dashing it and disgracing us and dragging us in the mud. I hope this time around, in as much as I do not agree with the fact that they want to hire a foreign coach, at least let them hire somebody and let us see the person, so that we can at least move forward. As it is right now, we are just going around the particular circle, and it's not going to get us anywhere.
All right. Okay. Let's wait and see. James, you're sitting on the fence and hoping that the coach will be the best they can offer, because it looks like whether would like to know the foreign coach is coming.
Yeah. I think I'll not be surprised if it's Eguavon on the day of the game against Rwanda. The way these people have built the foundation of NFF and the way they have been playing with us for the past almost a year now. We have gone 12 months without
They
getting a
already
coach.
seen the money.
Pesero left at the end of January, beginning of February, right? First week or second week of February after the AFCON, after he won the finals.
Second week of February.
Now we are almost there. We are almost 4 weeks into that period, and NFF have been going round and round for the past 1 year. If they cannot get us coach in the past 11 months, what's making us believe that in the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks they'll be giving us a coach? At this point, I will not even believe them. And the names that they're even calling are not names that are even going to be. This is the first time Eric Chell is making the rounds that he was going to be he's going to be the next head coach. The first time we saw the drama that played out, where the Prime Minister of Mali had to intervene. That didn't want the man to leave. Where Nigerians were clamoring that we don't want a Mali man as the head coach, Super Eagles head coach. A man that has coached only 21 games. What does that say? What does that say of the NFF if they hire Eric Chell as manager? Are they telling us that all the coaches in the NPFL, looking at where Nigeria are sitting, looking at the experience of the teams ahead of us, and looking at Eric Chell's experience, do you think can Eric Chell defeat the Rwanda that we played in where was it last time? Unuyo, the last time they came to Nigeria. Do you think Eric Chell has the tactics to defeat that team? And I try to remember, they have a German coach, right?
Yeah,
so you think Eric Chell with his 21 games experience, that match will make his 22nd game, he will defeat that man? Let's be honest, there's only for us to waste dollars and taxpayers' money and federal allocations and at the end of the day they will be crashed out. Leave this one that started the problem, let them face it. They will prepare for the AFCON.
Yeah, James, for you who is worried about the fact that they should stay with the local coaches, and the NFF has also made the arrangement that the new coach for the senior national team, talking about the new foreign coach, it will be having an enlarged backroom staff that will include 2 indigenous coaches, and that means coaches like maybe Ogumo Dede, who is doing well with the Chan Eagles, might be a part of the backroom staff. We might also have Austin Ogobon also giving him some bit of advice on the team setup. So it's not going to be like the foreign coach is going to be alone to persecute those games and, of course, tinker the team. That means there's going to be a pool of home-based coaches, as much as 2 of them. And there's also going to be a backroom staff that consists of, talking about 2 assistant coaches, fitness coaches, a video analyst, a goalkeeper's coach, who we know used to be Barua. I don't know whether he's still going to be retained. And also there will be another who will work more with the defenders. So there's going to be somebody who's going to make it sure that the defenders have
just explained. I didn't new to us.
No, it's going to be new. At least there's going to be somebody who's going to be a defender. The defenders.
Other Pesero, we had Finidi also, and they also had the backroom staff of Nigerians.
Yeah.
When Finidi stepped, when Pesero left, we thought, okay, Finidi could do something. At least he has been with the man for over time. Let's see what he's going to bring. Only for Finidi to start his media party and say there is no formula. They don't need formula to win games.
I think Finidi did not.
At that time, he said it. We're thinking maybe he's just catching cruise. He wanted us to deceive the Benin Republic team and the game he wanted to play.
I think a lot of factors were against Finidi. The fact that somehow Finidi didn't want to have the tag of that he borrowed something out of the former coach, talking about Pesero, and which I think was a wrong move, first of all. And the fact that he felt that he didn't need the big boys in the team, that he could actually do it without
the best of the best coaches. They still walk in the footprint of the
Imagine an slot community.
Thank you. Liverpool now say, no, forget everything club. Forget everything club.
And his slot style. I don't
maybe if you and Liverpool, you and Man, you'll be struggling for that 30th position.
Taking a look at the fact that they're going to bring in indigenous coaches to be a part of the team, and there's talk that there's going to be a fitness coach, video analyst. So it's not that the coach is going to be alone. There's going to be support from the home front to also make sure that he feels at home and comfortable, and make sure that the team has all it takes as far as technical side of the team to qualify for the World Cup.
I mean, this is not the first time this is happening. Finidi and some other local coaches were under Pasero for about 2-3 years, and that experiment, I don't think it yielded anything. If you have somebody supporting you, it's their obligation to want to learn from you and to want to be able to do, tap from your wealth of knowledge. For me personally, what will those guys learn under Eric Chell? I mean, it will even be, and I'm not trying to say Iguavon is the best that we have. It will be insulting for an Iguavon to be under an Eric Chell as an assistant. I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think if they are going to settle for Eric Chell, I think it will be way better for Eric Chell to bring his people in, because I mean, for me personally, I think Eric Chell and Eric Chell's experience, is on the same par with the local guys that probably be assisting him. I mean, if somebody, that person will have a whole lot of experience. Eric Chell himself is still a relatively young and new coach to the scene. He doesn't have much experience, and bringing those guys in, I don't think they are going to learn a lot from him. I mean, you will not compare if we have an Ancelotti now and we have a Gumodede or an Iguavon, being the assistant, being the staff of a coach like Ancelotti. Definitely, you have a whole lot to learn because of the experience and the rest of that. That is not the case if they are going to settle for Eric Chell. In as much as, yes, it's an inroad for our local coaches to be able to have a feel of the national team. I think it will be much more better if we have a more experienced coach. Since they already said they are going for a foreign coach, I think it will be much more better and much more beneficial, not a waste of time for a coach, if the coach they are bringing is a well experienced coach that can be able to impact knowledge on the local coach, not a coach that's literally on par, with the local coaches that we have.
All right, wish them all the best. All right, let's talk about the Chan Eagles, where the captain, talking about Ndokar Jr., has expressed unwavering confidence that the team will excel at the upcoming Chan tournament set to take place next month in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. Nigeria secured their spot in the competition, which is designated for players from the domestic leagues, by eliminating Ghana with a 3-1 aggregate score. I hope this will not be a distraction ahead of the talking about the qualifiers in the month of March, now that the Chan Eagles will be busy in the competition, which kicks off on the 1st of February. And if you take a look at it, the fact that Ogumodede will also be part of that one, because he's going to be coaching the side, alongside maybe Iguavon will be joining him to see how far they go. But maybe the chance of the Chan Eagles maybe will be brighter if they do well at the Chan tournament. Maybe they will also have them in the team ahead of the Rwanda game.
I think the good news is Ogumedede and also maybe Iguavon, we have the opportunity of working with this set of players. These are players that I can pick a few of them that will walk into maybe the Super Eagles team and maybe bring a difference. And let's not forget, these games are coming in fast. There is no opportunity for them to train or get to know these players. And let's not forget how we have complained about certain positions in our national teams that needs players to step up, creative midfielders and also defenders also. And I will not be surprised if in that game maybe Mwabali or so it's not available. So I think the working with this particular set of talents gives the coaches another idea, set of players that can integrate into this team. And let's not forget, it's starting in 15th in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, 15th of January, and it should be wrapping up maybe in the middle of February. So I think that gives them enough time to work with these players and see what they can do. But it's a good opportunity for the coaches to see talents that they have that can be promoted into the national team. That if the NFF at the end of the day don't go and bring one coach that we don't know from when ago. But I think Ogumedede and also Iguavon should take this as a place where they can pick talents that walk into the national team and assist them in getting their goal. That's the World Cup qualifiers.
All right, Maiwa, we heard that Ismail Sadiq, the defender of the Chan Eagles, might be on his way to Albania, but it is what it is. Going to the Albanian league doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But in comparison to what's obtainable in the NPFL, Ismail Sadiq will want to have some greener pastures of playing in a European country. But the fact that Brandy there is scoring for, is it Ayimba right now? And we also have the senior man, Rabi Ali, playing for Kano Pillars, might be a part of the team. There's also the fact that we might also be having the captain, the former captain of the Super Eagles, Ahmed Musa, also being a part of this team. I think it's also gives the team a chance of even doing something at the Chan in a mixture with the home-based players.
Definitely there's a whole lot of experience. The person going to Albania It's still way better. Last week, a Nigerian player in the NPFL signed a contract in Iraq. Went to sign the contract in Iraq. He wants to start playing football in Iraq. And I shook my head and wonder what kind of football the person will be playing in Iraq. So Albania is way better than that kind of situation because of successive of various not looking at the local guys at the home base Super Eagles deciding to probably steal the guys based in Europe even when they are not playing, and that's why a lot of them want to play any European club at all when the club does not make any logical sense. However, I think our Eagles have a whole lot of experience. It's a good one that they brand back to play for. And we have Rabiu Ali, we have who are part of that particular team. Those are players, over the and they bring those experience to be able to act on the younger ones. And the 1 month of the competition is also an avenue for Eguavon and Ogumodede and his team to be able to understudy, to be able to see what the local, to be able to see what the Super Eagles can do. And like he said, with that, there is room for our local guys, the national team. I mean, guys play their heart out all the time. I think they deserve an opportunity to be able to be part of the national team. And this competition will probably prepare them and put them in shape because they are coming out of the competition, I mean, to the national honestly, I'm looking for guys to make it national, have the opportunity in the national team.
All right, okay. Let's just hope that they will do well at the Chan Eagles Chan competition. But it's quite interesting. We have 3 countries co-hosting this championship. I hope it's not due to financial constraint, but if it is what it is, having 3 countries host a competition like the Chan event. All right, let's talk about the transfer window is already open in January. Some players who were interested in making move. We understand that despite strong interest from various club sides across Europe, Victor Osimhen has confirmed his intention to remain at Galatasaray until the end of his loan deal this season. And reports suggest that Napoli would have received 81 million euros if Osimhen had accepted a transfer to the Premier League during the winter transfer window. That is if the Premier League club is actually confirmed it's good. If it's a good Premier League side, maybe apart from Chelsea, even Chelsea at the moment, Chelsea are doing well. If Osimhen joins that Chelsea side, at least the chance of winning the league title will be so bright for them. And if he joins an Arsenal side as well, things could actually change for the club side.
I think in the whole of the EPL, I think the only strikers you can brag of in the top 6 or 7 teams is just Haaland.
Yeah.
I think the rest are
average.
Average, and they need the centre forward and maybe Isak. But I don't think you classify
Isak is still an average striker. A decent striker.
Yeah. So I think looking at it, I love the fact that he said he's not leaving Galatasaray this January, and I think I respect that. But in the summer, he should be making a way to make himself available in the Premier League. Obviously, with the way things went the last time with him and Chelsea transfer saga, I don't think Chelsea will be in the conversation for now. There are other teams that should be getting a striker. Liverpool should be in the market for a striker because I don't see that we need as a centre forward that will deliver you 20 goals. Diogo Jota can deliver that number, but it's injury prone. Yeah. And Liverpool, Man U yesterday, I think strikers even cost Manchester United problem last season. Yesterday, Oilon was not doing it. Zexi had the opportunity also. So I think Manchester United should also be in the conversation for a striker. Arsenal, if they make the same mistake they made last summer.
I told you that Gabriel Jesus only scores in December.
Yeah, it has finished now.
December is over. He has returned back to default mode.
Jesus on the waka, so you don't forget about scoring goals. Yeah. So looking at it, I think Osimhen should take his time at Galatasaray, enjoy your loan spell. But in January, you and your agent should be making your way to be in the eyes of most of all these teams in the EPL. And yes, he had been bagging goals, scoring penalties for the Galatasaray side. But just do more. Your PR should be on point, and it should be in the face of most of all these teams, so they can make me in order to make sign you in the summer. But definitely, we know he's not going to be there for long. And let's see if where he finally ends up at the end of the summer.
All right, we understand that Mario is out, but definitely we'll hope that he will join us back. But let's talk about the Egyptian club side. Al Ali is considering signing Kelechi Iheanacho this month. Iheanacho recently transferred to Spanish side Sevilla on a free transfer last summer after his contract with Leicester City ended. However, the 28-year-old has struggled to make an impact and failing to score or provide an assist in 9 league appearances. And Garcia Pimenta's team is reportedly open to letting him leave this month and is exploring a loan deal with the buyer option for the striker. Iheanacho was also linked to a move to Championship club Watford, but according to a report, Al Ahly has emerged as a potential destination and they see him as a possible replacement for South African forward Percy Tau, and are looking to strengthen the attacking lineup ahead of the Club World Cup in the USA this summer. Myra, we were just talking about Kelechi Iheanacho. We heard that he's not interested in making a move this January, but we heard that the Premier League club side was interested in paying his transfer fee. But if a Premier League club were to be interested in him, I think he should consider the move, even if it's a January move.
I think he should do that. Life has not been easy for him in Spain. He has been really struggling in Spain. And we said it the last time he was even invited to the national team. One of the criticism was, this is the guy that has not been able to play himself back into form, getting a shirt in the national team. And we could see the performance when he played for Nigeria, and we could see the performance, even with Sevilla throughout the first part of the season. I think, probably maybe, he has spent a whole lot of time in England. Probably maybe that's the reason why he's struggling. I think probably maybe a move back to England might probably suit him because, he has been in the English league for over seven years now, and he has been able to adapt very well. Yes, at the later part of his career with Leicester City, he couldn't cut it. Probably Leicester City, a move away to another English club, even in the Championship. A typical example is, before he decided to move out of, he couldn't cut it with Arsenal. He went back to the Championship and made a name for himself. And from that place, he was catapulted to Ajax. He's doing very well with Ajax at the moment. Kelechi Iheanacho, owing to the fact that he has spent a whole lot of time in England, I think probably a move to a Championship might probably be the way to go to jumpstart his career again. And probably, in as much as the Championship is a bit competitive, I don't think it's as competitive as the EPL. I think he will be able to, get enough playing time and probably use that to resuscitate himself. I don't think a move to Al Ahly will probably do him any good. I don't think as much as the Egyptian club is one of the best in Africa. I think a move to England, a move back to England, will probably put him on the radar for the Super Eagles. If he wants to play for the Super Eagles, I think a move to England will probably be the best move for him at the moment. Not a move to Al Ahly. That will probably be the end of his career with the Super Eagles.
James, Iheanacho to Al Ahly, what does it mean for him if he does make a move to Egypt?
It shows how his career has went, how his career has gone, how he has not been able to live up to expectation. A guy that started at Man City was able to break into their team, scoring crucial goals. Didn't make cut the billing, left Man City. They had to let him go to Leicester. Had a couple good seasons, and later end of his career at Leicester, he started dropping. Now at Sevilla, barely 7 months into your career at Sevilla, the Spanish club. Now they are trying to boot him out. Now he's on his way to the Egypt League. I think it shows how he has fallen in his career. How he has not been able to live up to the expectations that was set for him. Let's not forget he started from the Flying Eagles. I was doing very, very well for himself, and now is he up to 30 yet? I think 30 or 31.
Yeah, should be in his 30s.
So now he's making for a move to the Egypt League. I wish him all the best. I hope he can just reignite the spark that was once there, and maybe at least bagging some goals. This at least about 6 months or 7 months into his career in Sevilla. And I don't think I was able to find the back of the goal in Copa del Rey match. So he scored 2 goals. Scoring 2 goals in about how many matches? About 19. We have about 17 or 18 matches to the end of the season. Now what's left for him? Let's see. Let's see. Let's just see where he ends up. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to the Egypt League is a good one for him. Let him just try and make his way into one of these EPL teams and take a pay cut just to remain in the face of Europe and maybe hope that he can reignite his career. But because going to the Egypt League, though it's a good league, I don't see that as a step forward for him currently. Try to ignite your career maybe in one of the teams in England and let's see how he's gonna fare.
All right, and of course, his best bet will have to see if he can fight for his jersey at Sevilla or maybe make a move to the championship side where we hear that Watford is showing interest in him. Okay, we hear that Belgian Pro League champions, Club Brugge, are open to accepting a 20 million euro offer for Rafael Onyedika this month. The midfielder has frequently been linked with a move away from the club lately. He came close to transferring to Turkey last summer, but the deal did not materialize as Club Brugge opted not to approve it. And this season, Onyedika has continued to impress with his performances for the Blue and Black squad. And according to reports following his strong European displays, both Onyedika and Joel Ondenes have attracted considerable attention. And if an offer of 20 million or more comes in from the Premier League club president, talking about Bart, and the management will consider it seriously. I think for a 23-year-old, talking about Rafael Onyedika, 20 million is quite a decent fee with what he's been doing for his club side. I think it's quite an interesting one. Maybe the Premier League club side should consider. Even for me, I think if Liverpool should show interest in Rafael Onyedika, I think it's not a bad idea.
I think it's a fair price, and Rafael, with what Rafael brings to the team, what he does, I've been able to see a couple of games where he played for Club Brugge, and I noticed how important he is important ball going forward and also staying the balls and staying behind and winning the balls back. So Rafael Onyedika for 20 million is actually a very, very good deal. I want to see him in the EPL. I hope one of the teams in the EPL can just squeeze and get him in their team. But it's a very, very good option. He brings a lot of energy in that midfield, and he will know how he's able to score some fantastic goal from outside the box also. So I think he's one player that I'll be surprised if one of the teams in the EPL or one of the top teams don't come in and suit him, get him for this price. A very good amount, and he's still young, 23, has a lot of time to improve and also improve and also give the energy in the midfield. So let's see where he's going to be ending up. Let's not forget, it's not the first time we're hearing about transfer rumors of him making a move from Club Brugge. Last season, we also saw there was a particular time we were seeing news about Barcelona also. So let's see where we end up this season, at the summer.
All right. Of course, Maiwa, we heard that Rafael Onyedika will be available for 20 million. I think maybe Manchester United should consider him. All right. Why are you laughing? It's Rafael Onyedika. Come on. At least it's better than Christian Eriksen, who is, I don't know. Anyway, he's halfway out.
When Christian Eriksen was 20, what was he doing?
Yeah, he's not 23 anymore. Rafael Onyedika is a new kid in the block. He's been doing well in the Champions League. I think even if Liverpool is going for him for 20 million, it's quite a steal.
I think our concern has always been and
All right, it seems like the network is really distorting my words conversation with us. Okay, let's talk about the big one. Maybe by this time, maybe the network will respect my word right now, because we're going to talk about the big one that happened yesterday, Sunday, talking about one of the biggest fixtures in the Premier League in time past, but of recent, it has been one-sided. But it is what it is. Yesterday, it was a big game to look forward to. Amad Diallo scored a late equalizer in the 80th minute, helping Manchester United secure a 2-2 draw against Premier League leaders Liverpool at Anfield on Sunday. And of course, those who watched the game, they knew the story. United initially took the lead with Lisandro Martinez's powerful shot in the 52nd minute. I think I even saw a bookie posted on Twitter that 32 odds, okay, that he took Lisandro Martinez to score any time in that game. And of course, putting in some money, that would have been a big risky one.
Those guys are now using. If they are using jazz, let us know. A player that has not scored. I think the only goal he has scored for Manchester.
Second goal.
The first goal was against Arsenal. Was it 2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
So how will you think of all you? 20-something players.
I think he would have played all the festivals. I think he would have did that.
Well, the game it was a good one. I think every Manchester United fan that watched that particular one should be proud of the performance they put in and be annoyed that so they had this quality that they can give against Liverpool, the best team in the world currently based on form. And you kept it for themselves, playing rubbish against the likes of Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, and dropping points that they should be dropping. And against Liverpool, they were giving it their 100%. Well, it was a good game. Before the game, I saw it, I was like, is it that this game determines how Manchester United season is going to end? Is it that it makes us good or it makes us worse? And funny how it went, and they were able to step up. The midfield was doing the job. The defense was very, very okay. Funny how they were able to keep the most informed player currently quiet for the whole 90. Yes, the penalty came and he was able to catch it. But Salah was like practically a regular player for the whole match, except for the penalty. And the fact that the players were able to step up, Ugarte and Mainu, the way they did in that midfield, able to mash out the midfield from players like Gravenberch and McAllister, I think it was a very good one. I think it's a good one that Ruben Amorim has seen that the player can do this. It's now left for the players to build on what they did yesterday. Their next game is going to be against Arsenal in the FA Cup. Yes, it's another wonderful game where they can show the same thing they did yesterday. And I'm sure if they do replicate what they did yesterday, I'm sure they will be smiling after the whole 90 minutes against Arsenal. But looking at it, I'm sure players have seen, the coaches have already seen the weakness that getting the centre forward is crucial. Getting the centre forward is crucial for if they want to be competing for titles in next season.
You're talking about Manchester United.
I'm talking about Manchester United, obviously. Even Liverpool also needs a
centre. How many centre forward are they going to sign? Because now we've seen Leniero, we've seen
Leniero is not a centre forward. I said centre forward. No, obviously the back.
Centre forward.
I think the back line is superb. For me, it's superb. The lead, yes, has not.
But the fact they are going back to Harry Maguire after
funny how Harry Maguire. You know the funny thing. Funny how Harry Maguire is like the most important defender we have currently.
It's really interesting because it's the same reason why they went to the transfer window to sign a lot of other defenders. Look at what happened to Matthijs de Ligt. Matthijs de Ligt had a bad day. I think
he did.
Very disappointing.
No, I don't think it was a bad day for me. I think the 2 goals.
We saw what happened. The 2 goals he was
practically involved
in the front of all the 2 goals.
Yeah. But before the goals, I think it was okay. He was still playing his part, but. Obviously, Cody Gakpo, you don't expect what were you expecting. Every defender is expected to slide at that moment. Cody Gakpo was just too wise to bring it back. And it was only
the same angle he scored the last time against Manchester United.
Obviously, forgot Cody Gakpo uses both foot. So I think most wingers use just one foot, and you expect them to play with their left. And it was wise enough to change this, right? And congratulations to Cody Gakpo. I think Matthijs de Ligt has to step up. He has not brought it 100%. He has not brought it 100%.
He had no excuse handling that ball.
It's the Premier League.
He had no excuse. You knew that the VR was surely going to catch up with
him. I know. I wonder what the Suns was doing up in the air, but credit to the boys. They were still able to step up and be able to fight and rescue a point.
And Amad Diallo, what happened? Did that first opportunity to know the ball? He knows the opposite direction. Did he forget where the net was at that point in time? I was confused.
I was able to catch the replay, and I saw that the ball was like he was way ahead of the ball. He was trying just to get something on the ball, But it was a wonderful game all around. I know most fans before the game were expecting a Liverpool trashing Manchester United 7-0 or a 6-0 because we have seen it in the past. And funny how they were, after the first 15-20 minutes, I was like, okay, this is a good game. I saw the likes of
Diogo Dalot. The tensions were high, so definitely they were able to.
I just hope that this fire that they were able to catch, they were able to ignite yesterday. I just hope it does not go.
You see the United. This is just a flash in the pan.
I just hope at the end of the day they are able to keep up with this performance. But all around it was a very, very good one. And in the past, I've told you, I said it. Any game that Salah is able to they're able to keep Salah quiet. I think it's going to be a rough game for Liverpool. And funny how Manchester United were able to do that. The one that were able to do that. And I'm sure most teams that are coming after Manchester United will go. Some coaches will go in and look at what they did right. And I'm sure they're going to be replicated. So those boys in forward, Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez was practically quiet when he was subbed off. Those players have to step up in games like this because you cannot expect Salah to be the only solution every time. Salah had a man with him all through. If it was not Diogo Dalot, he had Martinez with him. Even there was a particular time he had to even switch to the other side, and Mazarawi was waiting for him. So I think and a
If
slot
Diogo Jota
and
had more time, at least.
no, you can cut him some slack. He's just coming back from a long-term injury. You don't expect him to play all 90 or come and play for 45 minutes. You have to get him game time bit by bit. So Diego Jota definitely is going to step up later. But for now, Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunes, and Cody Gakpo, these players have to
More reason why Liverpool need to recruit a striker.
yeah, definitely. Not just Liverpool. I think if both teams had a good number 9 yesterday, a strong number 9 yesterday, I think the goals would have been different. The goal scoreline would definitely have been different. Manchester United would have capitalized on. I think Holland had about 1 or 2 chances need to score before it was taken off. Zexi came on. Some players will say the pass
is no longer sexy.
some football lovers will say it was okay the pass he gave to Maguire in the last kick of the game. But for me, I said it. I'm like, you are the center forward. You are the center forward of the team. You're having such an opportunity and you're passing. Don't forget that opportunity he had was similar to what Martinez had earlier in the game, and he was able to convert. If Zexi had gone for the goal, I wouldn't have blamed him. But it's his experience, it's where his own top, his 9.5 took him to. He decided to pass, and well, it's a good one, Sha. In a total performance, I think it was a good one. There's no need to blame anybody, but let's just hope Ruben Amorim and the boys can learn from this and take it to the games in the future. And a slot and Liverpool can divide the new means that in case Salah does not turn up, what's the solution? I think that's the question he should be asking himself now.
All right, and of course, we heard that there was also a backroom tussle between the Liverpool players, most especially players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, as well as Virgil van Dijk was also involved in a melee inside, talking about the dressing room. We hope they were able to sort it out ahead of their next game, because they will have to forget what happened between them and Manchester United. And though everybody was expecting them to win, but it is what it is. That's how games as big as that is. We could see United in the next game now, and you will begin to wonder what's happened to this same United that almost beat Liverpool at Anfield. All right, Mayo, I don't know whether he's back with us. I would have loved to pick his brain on what his thoughts were on that.
Yeah, game. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. The thing is this: you could see how mad Van Dijk was with Trent yesterday. For the whole of 86 minutes, Trent did not win one particular duel in that particular game. Trent was so poor, and kudos to the Manchester United guys. They gave a good account of themselves. As for me personally, I never expected that they would give that same account. However, I'm still skeptical about the performance, and the reason is very simple. They gave their all against Manchester City and even turned the game around when it was looking like they were going to lose the game at 35 minutes and they won. However, after that Manchester City game, the inconsistency plagued them and they started performing poorly. So that's the reason why, in as much as I'm proud of the result, I'll probably take it with a pinch of salt. I want to see them do this consistently. Then that probably, be able to build a lot of confidence in that particular team. But the thing is that is the kind of standard everybody wants to see. Even if Manchester United had lost that game yesterday, a whole lot of people would have been very proud of the kind of performance they put in. They were able to outplay Liverpool in terms of keeping the likes of Salah quiet, not letting Salah have any joy. Trent was a shadow of himself. Van Dijk has had to do a whole lot of covering. If not for Van Dijk yesterday, probably Manchester United will have a bit of joy. However, like James rightly said, and like everybody should have rightly alluded, there is a need for both teams to get strikers. I mean, yes, Salah is fine on Lost Leader. However, anytime Salah is not doing well, the team does not. For Manchester United, there is no proven goal scorer. Players we have at the moment playing in front, there are players that you say on their day they can deliver. And the moment you have players that you tag, there is no way you'll be able to compete for anything at all. And that is where we are at the moment. There is a need to sign top striker, probably maybe in January, to be able to do something. However, I hope the team can be this against Arsenal and see if consistency, if they can keep up with the consistency, probably we might play ourselves out of relegation. But if not, as far as I'm concerned, we are seeing the relegation battle.
All right. right, let's see how that one goes. Okay, there was also another game played yesterday. Okay, we also must Onana. He was at the receiving end, but he held his own as well on the day, and you must give it to Onana, whether you like it or not. He did a very good job, trying as much as possible to keep Manchester United in that game, though, because we always criticize him each time he doesn't do well. Though he considered 2 goals, that was very fair. Talking about the shots on target that were against him on that day. Okay, let's talk about Raul Jimenez. He scored 2 penalties in the trailing second half as Fulham held Ipswich Town to a 2-2 draw at Craven Cottage. It's quite unfair that, in spite of what Ipswich brings to the table, they're still struggling and they look like they're on their way back to the championship. I don't know, sinking and swimming with their style of play, I don't know whether it's a dangerous move for Ipswich because they always do well in terms of their way of play, but it's not enough to stay in the Premier League.
Well, when you consider their style of play, they are very attacking minded. They know how to attack, but keeping the clean sheet has always been their problem. Also, I think they have barely kept any clean sheets in the Premier League. Yeah. And considering the team they are playing against, a Fulham side who have also been doing very very well, so I think getting the point against the team that is in the top, is it top 6 or top 7? I think it's a good result for.
They also drew against Arsenal.
Drew against Arsenal, defeated Chelsea. So I think they have had a good month for me, and let's hope they can just build on this and try to push themselves out of the relegation zone and try to keep themselves afloat for the next season. I'm sure the manager is also trying to get experience. The board are surely going to back the manager because let's not forget where he has been bringing them from. Brought them from League One to the Championship and now to the EPL in the space of 3 or 4 years. So looking at it, I'm sure they have every reason to back the manager and have no right to sack him at this point. So let's see if he can keep them afloat in the EPL for one more season. And maybe they back him and he gets at least good set of players that can play the Premier League. Then maybe he can build on that. But for now, I just want to see them keep themselves afloat in the Premier League till next season.
All right. So they were going to run off with 1 win, 1 draw, and another win. But 2 penalties for Ipswich. I think that's also careless on the part of a side that is battling relegation.
Well, it was a game of penalties. In that particular game, we had 3 penalties, 1 for Ipswich and 2 for Fulham. However, I think Ipswich is proving Burnley of this season. They live and die by play. They will never change whether they are losing or they are winning. Yes, in as much as it is good to have a particular style of play, we see stick to his style, whether Manchester United is losing or winning. I think that's what the coach is doing. However, there's time for you to be pragmatic. They are battling relegation. They play very good football. They are one of the most entertaining teams to want to watch in the EPL in the anytime. However, the coach needs to be pragmatic in terms of his approaches to game. That's why you can decide to play your free-flowing, getting kind of football that they play. There are games where you have to pack the box, for you to be able to win. In that particular game yesterday, they were at the lead. They were supposed to defend with their lives and not give away such penalties, but they did. Those are the little details that might probably take them back to the championship. The coach has been very fantastic. Even though if they get relegated, I don't think the board should not back the coach. The coach has been very fantastic. Yes, it's a new experience for them. They are battling with the big boys and they are trying to hold their own. However, I don't think it will be enough to keep them. I'll probably still see them, battling relegation.
All right, so I wish them all the best in that one. Okay, we also saw Arsenal not doing very well in terms of their title race. And of course, what's happening to Chelsea? Okay, that will be a conversation for another day because we are pressed for time. I want to say big thanks, Maiwa, for being a part of the show this evening. It's always a pleasure having your insight on Locker Room.
Well, it's always amazing to be here. And I hope, as
all right, yeah.
Find a way of doing better and probably getting the strike.
All right, have a great one. Okay, James, it's also a pleasure having you.
No, yeah, thank you for having me. Congratulations to Man City. They were able to get the win also. Let's see if it was fluke against West Ham or they are ready or they are back. But their players are stepping up. Salvinho is creating chances and Alan is scoring. Let's see how long it's going to go for.
All right, and of course, thanks to the guys behind the scene. It's been a pleasure being a part of the Monday edition of the Locker Room on Voice of the People TV. Big thanks to Ike Chuku, the likes of Manfred, not leaving out Alex, as well as Jeremiah. I am Jerry Alpeliohai, and it's been a pleasure bringing you all the latest football action and insights on this exciting day. And of course, until next time, like I will always say, if not for anything, do it the sports way.